All right, welcome to the next video in this series. Today we're going to go ahead and add on to the index.html file or page, and so we're going to add more elements to it. So let's go ahead and get this started. So I want you to open up Visual Studio and go ahead and load the index.html page that you've been working on with me. So after you have that taken care of and pulled up, we go ahead and continue. And at the end of this video, what I'm going to do is assign some homework for you so you could apply everything up to this point and see how you are doing, just to kind of do a little progress check. All right, let's go to get started with this. So we're going to add the another image or background image right underneath these cards that we created. So we're going to do that. And then remember the other video, or a couple videos ago, I went over how to do that. So you should be very familiar with that. And then we're going to add more content to this. And now the more content that you provide a customer on an index page or a home page, the better understanding they have in regards to what you provide or what you can provide them for services. So with that in mind, you're only doing this to help your client and also help your business too, because a lot of clients, what they do is if they like what they see on the index or home page, they'll go ahead and call you. So we're going to add a contact form also, and then a few other elements. So let's go ahead and get this started. So go ahead and open up Visual Studio. We're going to go ahead and leave off, or we're going to continue where we left off, which was right there, right above the footer. And let's go to get this taken care of. So I want you to copy and paste that index image. Don't refresh, don't do anything. And I'm going to have you save it. We're going to go into the style CSS file. And we're going to add a couple of things. We're going to add the word mid, because this is what we're going to do is we're going to put this in the middle of the page. We're going to change this image right here. So with that, we're going to have to go to Pexels or your favorite stock image site. And we're going to go ahead and type in something. So let's go ahead and do business. Let's see what this pulls up. Nothing yet, so it still must be loading. Or the website must be a little down. One of the two. That or their servers must be running behind. I don't know. It could be a lot of things. Yeah, connection timed out. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. The most you really need is just a large. You don't really need the original, because the larger it is, sometimes a lot of these pictures show up in background, and the background is just really close up and you can't even understand or comprehend what they are. So most you could do, well, what I would recommend is a large. So you just do free download. Make sure you go to your downloads. And there it is. Rename it. And let's just do index mid. Not really the most original, but hey, it'll get the job done. And then drag and drop. There you go. Go back here. And then we're going to add some content to this. So what you would do is this is be a great place to add something like a quote, add just like a little one-liner, just like some information about your business, maybe your hours of operation if you have a store, just something. So in my case, I'm going to just add a quote. So let's do websites. Website quotes. Oh, hold on. Let's be more specific about this. Welcome to my website. Quote of the day website. Here we go. I don't know. Something. I'll just go ahead and put some text in here. We can always go back to it. So what you do is, obviously the font style, italic, and we're going to just do the key to building a website is having a plan. And we're going to just do John Doe. Kind of a corny quote, but hey, most quotes are corny, so we're just going to go with this. All right. And so everything is right there, and then it should just show up right on our page. So go to refresh this. And, well, my bad. So in the event that if this happens, where your image does not show up like it should, you have a problem with the actual file name on the image. Oh, you know what? I forgot to change this to mid. Yeah, and it's a file issue. So let's go to troubleshoot this. Index mid JPEG. Well, it's a valid file. Make sure we have that typed in correctly. Now, some just don't even show up for whatever reason. So if that's the case, you might have to re-download the file, choose a smaller size. It's kind of a process of elimination. Then rename. Oh, see, it's... Oh, I know what's going on. Hello, Robert. So I forgot to place this inside the actual path here. So we're just going to go ahead and do that right now. So this is all good stuff to learn while you're on your little venture. An example website. See, it's already in there. So what we would do is we would go back. Let's just open up another window, shall we? All right, we're going to just go ahead and do this. I'm going to delete that. Rename. Plug this into Visual Studio. Refresh. Well, I know it's in there. So we're going to open this up from another. This is another project I'm working on. So we're going to open this up from another page, or another browser rather. Open with Edge. There. Sometimes you just have to change browsers. All right. So as you can tell, this is just kind of way too light. So what we're going to do is we're going to darken it. So we're going to go to Adobe Spark. And I highly recommend doing this because Adobe Spark is free. All you have to do is just register for an account, log in with your ID, and then it'll just pull up your projects. Oh, here, you know what? I have it saved in my browser. All right. So here we go. And sometimes you could just go ahead and, yeah, here you go. All you got to do is, if you have some pre-made, you just upload a photo. And perfect. And I'll show you why I'm doing this here in a second. Yes, web design is sometimes like this. So let's index mid. Hold on. Delete that. Now we're going to rename this index mid. Go back. Course edit. Replace. Drag and drop. There you go. Now we're going to just reload this. It's going to be darker. There you go. Much better. So what you do is you want to make sure that your secondary background photos are darker. One, because it's more visible, and then two, it's more appealing. So just keep that in mind. All right, let's move on to the next thing. All right, so we're going to go ahead and add some profile pictures. So using the same principles that we've done before, I'm not going to explain this to you. All you have to do is just add a row and 3 or 4 columns based upon your hierarchy structure in your company. And I'm going to just open up an example here of what I have. Once this loads, now this one you're going to have to find obviously some employee stock photos or employee photos, hopefully, so that you could post them up. All right, so these are all stock photos except for my picture, which I'm right there. So you could kind of have something like this where you have your headshots and then your social media and then your title. If you're doing social media, make sure you link the icons. I did not in this example, but make sure you do that. All right, so what I did is I went ahead and copied and pasted from what I had, and it's up to you to go and figure out exactly what I did. So this I'm not going to go over, but I do want to go ahead and let you know that this is going to involve some basic photo editing. So if you have Photoshop Express, or if you don't, you could always download that from the Microsoft Store if you have a Windows computer. And then you get some creativity going on and then save and whatnot. Then also this is going to include rows and columns. So rows and columns. And also a Jumbotron. So rest is up to you and what you want to do there, but let's go ahead and move forward with this. So we're going to add 3 more columns right over here, right above the staff, so we can make this thing a little bit more complete. And we could go ahead and actually do so what we want to do is we want to go with the same principles as we did above with the cards. So you could actually copy this and paste it right underneath your mid image and paste right there. And we would just need to go ahead and include some couple titles and whatnot. So we could do that here. Let's just do how perfect our mission, or if you want to do lowercase, that's fine. All right, so that's going to show up there. We want to go ahead and change this to a H3 or H2 rather. Nice thing about Visual Studio is it automatically updates the tags. So all you have to do is just change the front tag and it'll go ahead and edit the end tag. Now with this one, we're not going to do cards, so you can delete your cards. Or I guess if you want to leave the cards, that's up to you. Guess it's not really going to be necessary in this case. Then you're going to put 3 rows, or place 3 rows. All right, here we go. So let's go ahead and do our mission. So oh, you know what I'm going to do? We're going to do a little heading here for each one. We're going to go ahead and style it within the tag, text align, center. And font weight, bold. We're going to do this. Let's see, we're carrying. We're going to have 3 separate things for the mission. How's that? We love caring for our clients. Make sure their needs are taken care of. All right, perfect. Instead of the button, we're not going to have a button. So you could delete that right out. So what if you wanted to add a video? Well, you could definitely do that. So let's go ahead and add a video right over here in this space. So we're going to add a Jumbotron. And we're going to go ahead and see, I already added all this stuff. Here we go. We're going to add an image from your icon. Hopefully you've already downloaded the Icons 8 or the Pigeon or Picton. I don't know how to pronounce that. Software. You choose whatever icon you want, put it in the images. You could actually do a center if you wanted, that or whatever you want, and then some text. So let's go to just do this right now. So Jumbotron, div class, Jumbotron, style, background, color, white. All right, so we have our section. So one side we're going to have text, and then the other side we're going to have the video. So let's go to work on the side with the text first. First off, we're going to have a H1 tag. Let's focus on that. Text align center. We could do a font size of, let's go with 30. We don't necessarily need a icon. So let's do about us. And if you wanted to do a hard return line, you can. Let's just do 200. And then we just go ahead and place this smack dab in the center. Yeah, we could just do red. Why not? And then your text. And then so on and so forth. So what I did was I created all this myself. So we're going to go ahead and just copy and paste all this. Seeing that you're the beginner, you have to learn how to do it. Sorry, you don't get off too easily. And we're going to go ahead and refresh. Make sure you get your stock video from Pexels or your favorite stock video site. And then it's going to be right over here. Boom. Of course, this is keyboard tapping. So very, very generic. So there you have it. So looking a little bit more complete now, so it's good. We're going to end this thing with a footer. Then we should be all done for the index page, unless you want to add more elements to it. So we're going to scroll down to footer. Now footers are a great way, like I said in the beginning or in the first video, footer is a great way to tell the user that there is an end to this page. So of course you want to do your Jumbotron. You want to do some rows and columns, you could do that within your footer. And then go from there. Then you could also put a logo. So I've already pre-made all this stuff. So we could do that. Oh, the content, sorry, the contact. I almost forgot. My bad, I'm sorry. One thing. We didn't put a contact form in here. Contact forms are great for adding just a little box or something on the front page. And so you could always get your icons. Make sure you, now with the contact form, there's two ways of doing it. And you could do an HTML form, or you could go ahead and W3 has a great styling effect that you can place in here for each control or each box. So I used that. Now you could do the W3 input, border, type text, placeholder name. Now placeholder tells the user what to place in that box. And then the required is the name. And then you could do a lot of these W3 elements, CSS elements within here. Now the target itself, that's going to open up your email client and email the recipient that you place in here for the mail to. So you want to put that in there. And also I have one more thing for Google Maps. We're going to go ahead and type out the JavaScript for that. Well, and then we're going to be all taken care of here. Then remember, you have to add your footer. You must add your footer. So if you don't add your footer, you're not going to have a complete page. And you must have the footer on every single page. That's a must. So if you don't have that, there's no way that the user will know that the page is going to end. Plus, you know, a footer is great for SEO purposes. So you could link keywords and whatnot into it. So we're going to go ahead and do a function called myMap. Remember a JavaScript function, what those are? So my center equals new google.maps.latling. Now latling or longitude is your directional coordinates of wherever you're at. So I got this directly from Google Maps. You could do so also. Very easy on how to do that. Map options. So we do a variable called map options. We want to go ahead and make it its own little mini class. Center, my center. Now we're just doing the jQuery for this. So we're just placing some, not jQuery, sorry, the JSON. Get my languages mixed up. the JSON is a great way to store information without creating a database table, then so on. I'm going to pause this for a second. All right, so I added a few more things to the page. We're going to wrap this video up. And we were actually in the process of adding our form. So definitely go ahead and add a form to the website. And that's how you get customer engagement. And so definitely do so through the W3 CSS styling file. Remember to go to w3schools.com if you need assistance with that. They have a plethora of examples there. Then one quick thing, I was adding the JavaScript. So I finished it out for you. So I created a roadmap with the map ID of roadmap. Did a new Google Maps document, get element by ID. Remember, I named the ID up here. It's called Google Map. Right over here, div ID, so that's what it's reading from. And then we did a marker, Google Maps marker, position my center, which is essentially your latitude and longitude of wherever you set it. Then obviously the marker is going to be set on the map. So that's that. Pretty easy peasy. And then of course you get your script SRC from the Maps or Google Maps API. You must include that, otherwise it will not show up for the map itself. You must copy and paste that to the code. And so your product should look something like this. There you go. There you have it. That's your index page. So your task is to go ahead and create another page, like a secondary sub page, and using the principles that I explained to you in the other 3 videos. Use your Bootstrap, use your styling CSS file, more JavaScript if you wanted, and then also do some linkage, your rows, columns, background image styling, elements, and etc. Make sure you do all that. If you have any questions, leave a comment, and I will look forward to you in the next video. Or look forward to to teaching you in the next video on what to do for the About page. So we're going to cover that. The About page is going to be a little bit different than what you would expect. But if you want to get a start on it, definitely go for it. Have a great day.